All right, so here we go again, as I sit here and watch old videos of myself on YouTube. This is from April 28th, 2017. For Alien Covenant, we headed to the Butcher Shop effects studio and I had an alien burst out of my chest. As host of the show, I also try to cross off as many things from my personal bucket list as I can, so I like to steer the shoots into whatever way I can. And so let's get started here.
There have been a lot of cool moments along the way, but nothing beats that original 1979 movie and that iconic chest-bursting scene, which is why I'm here at the Butcher Shop Effects Studio with Carlos, who's going to show me how that all comes together.
All right, so here we are at the Butcher Shop Studio. Now this is Hamilton. As you can see, all the cool stuff that they've worked on in the past. They do a lot of like replicas from other films, and they also create a lot of creatures and different effects for a lot of like indie horror films.
So we have that iconic scene in
So
Alien.
what you didn't see is in the intro, I'm standing between the shelves, and the shelf to my right is where all the body parts were stored in the shop. So every shelf was a different section. There was like arms and legs and faces and heads and hands. And then on one of the shelves was all the male genitalia that I don't know who discovered that shelf, but next thing you know, they ended up like photobombing shots, and we were really delayed. We started late that day, that's for sure. We took a lot of dick pics that day.
Out of the chest. How do we make that happen? What's the first step?
Well, the first step is the sculpture, all right? And once we were happy with that sculpture, the next step was the mold. Once we have that.
So going into it, we met with these guys, we told them what we wanted to do, and they had all this stuff done prior. So we had them just send us photos of like the molding and the sculpting, all that stuff. So by the time we got there, they already had the little Xenomorph baby built. So yeah, this is all stuff from before we were even there.
Move in with the silicone, and we just brushed it in, closed up our mold, gave it some time to solidify, opened it up, and boom, we had our alien.
Do you need a hand with anything?
All right. You need a hand with anything. Joke doesn't get old.
Carlos, so it's out of the mold, what's next?
We just add subtle painting techniques here, creating weathering, highlight, depth.
I feel like there's still something missing here.
Yeah, it needs a little bit of a bite.
Okay, so now when that's all done, then what do we do?
Move on to the body.
So the actor, that'd be his arms and head, but everything else is completely fake.
Yeah.
Okay, so first up, when it came to the little Xenomorph baby, there was actually two versions of it. There's one that they made that was like just like a little like ram on a stick. So they would use that one to like push it through and burst it through. And then they had another one on a rod that would actually move, which I think we're gonna see a little later. But this chest, this torso, was actually from another film that they had worked on, and I was told that this was actually James Franco's body from a horror film that he did. So in the film, you can see there's a cut across like the abdomen area. So in the movie, he gets cut here, and then the rest of the body was intact. So they just repurposed the body, and they dug out the chest, and they added the ribs and all that stuff. So I know there was like a whole thing about like walking in someone else's shoes, but I don't know what they say about wearing somebody else's torso. Need a hand?
You just lift this up, and you can get your actor to fit in there, and we Velcro him in.
All right, but of course when the alien comes out, it's gotta move around and do some cool stuff. So what's next?
That's the next step. So it's a rod puppet, and it's got a mouth mechanism in there as well. Alex is controlling the mouth, and Ryan is controlling the movement.
So, hold on. Sorry.
I wonder what's gonna happen next. Uh-oh. We're just looking at the puppet, and all of a sudden I'm not feeling good. Something's going on.
All right, guys, can we cut? I'm not feeling very well.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Look at the acting. Wow. Oh. Okay, so we're now gonna see the first version of the Xenomorph pop through, and then it's gonna switch to the puppet version, and you won't even tell. Check it out. Boom, there's the one, and then it goes back, and then that's a different one already. You don't even know. We actually did two versions of this, one with blood and one without blood for different audiences. So I had to essentially like be strapped in this thing for a very long time, and it's very uncomfortable because, as you can see, it looks like I'm laying like horizontally on the bed, but because the torso has to be here, I have to like lay down like this, and I had to do some serious physiotherapy after this shoot.
May 19th.
Oh yeah, for that little gag at the end where he goes across, one of my genius ideas from the film, we actually stuck the puppet on a little dolly thing on a cart, and we just pulled it across the frame. That's how that happened. Wow. Anyway, that's the Alien special effects video. So that's how that works. It was a fun time, and I can now cross Alien bursting out of my chest off of the bucket list. I got to keep the shirt. I should say that too. All right, so let us know what other videos you want me to dive into and dissect, and I'll do my best to do so. And the more embarrassing, the better, of course. So let me know in the comments.